Okay, Falcons, last stretch for this week. Well, this section up to 57 anyway, and then we're going to move on to the rest of the chapter for next week. Okay, so responding to challenges, going over reading that you should have completed last week, but this is just kind of embellishing it. By the way, this is all what I wanted to do in class this week, but again, we had to revisit, remember, because a lot of us didn't do our work. So that's why we're not getting as far ahead, or we're going to have either that or we're going to have more than what you anticipated, because I had to go back. Just, please keep that in mind. Please get your notes out. One more time, get your notes out, take notes, add to your vocab, change your vocab, alter your vocab, but certainly take notes as we go along. In just these last couple of pages, up to 57, that last section, that human beings certainly have this wonderful gift of freedom, but freedom comes with responsibility. We need to be free from things on the inside of us. We need to be free from things on the outside of us that get in the way of our freedom. Freedom is not license. We're going to learn about this again in chapter 3. Freedom doesn't mean we get to do whatever we want. Ooh, that's shocking. That's a revelation for a lot of people. A lot of people think, oh, freedom means you can do whatever you want. No, freedom comes with responsibility. It is not license. It is not unbridled. And this is an introduction to this principle of subsidiarity. God bless you, Major. He's sneezing. This is a principle of Catholic social teaching. It is a principle of Catholic social teaching. You need to have it in your vocab completely. Right? Completely. This principle of Catholic social teaching. A community of a higher order should not interfere with the internal life of a community of a lower order, depriving the latter of its functions, your book says. Oh my goodness, that's a mouthful. The principle of Catholic social teaching that holds that a higher unit of society should not do what a lower unit can do as well or better. Very simply, when I hear CeCe Winans in the background, I love that. Some anointed music in the background. The government of the United States should not dictate to a family, to parents, what they can and cannot feed their children. No, this principle would say parents are better able to make that decision for their own children. But subsidiarity would say, hey, if the parents are falling down on a job and not feeding their children, well, yeah, the government should step in. This principle, others need to step in. The principle of subsidiarity, parents should provide for their kids. Parents should provide clothing and shelter for their kids. They're better able to make decisions that are best for their family. But if there's a breakdown, then the higher unit, the government certainly should step in and help, right? Another term, the common good. The common good refers to the sum total of social conditions that allow people, either as groups or individuals, to reach their fulfillment more fully, right? More fully and more easily. What is good? What is best for the common good? And the common good refers to all of us collectively. All of us collectively refers to the common good, right? The sum conditions. We need to have conditions that make it possible for everyone to thrive. Now, that doesn't mean a handout. That doesn't mean that, everyone has to be given things. Not things, but the conditions need to be fair so that everyone can thrive. Everyone who chooses to can succeed. That's a decision for the common good, not for one group, not for one ideology. No, collectively for the common good, right? For all of us, together, collectively, as individuals as well as a group. Solidarity another vocab word your author says is the Christian virtue of social charity and friendship. And I don't like that very much. It's a little inaccurate. I understand that Mr. Pinnock, the author of your textbook, is writing in accordance with the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops from a Catholic perspective. But the truth of the matter is that solidarity is not exclusively a Christian virtue. It's a human virtue. By human, it also applies to Muslims, it applies to Buddhists, it applies to Taoists, it applies to Hindus, it certainly applies to Jews. And solidarity is this virtue that says, we're with you. We're with you. We care about you. I don't even know you, but I care about you because you're part of our community. You're part of our human family, right? This virtue of solidarity. This is what enables us to take up a collection for people suffering as a result of these dreadful fires in California and in Oregon, right? They're horrible. Some people have died. Oh, dear Lord, have mercy on their souls. They've lost everything. I don't know them. You probably or may not know anybody affected. The virtue of solidarity says we're still going to help. I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for your needs and, take up a collection, be a part of a donation to help you, right? Solidarity recognizes, hey, that's not fair. That's not fair that person was fired for no reason. That person was fired for not allowing someone to abuse them on the job. And so they got fired for that. I don't have to know that person and I don't have to work for that company to say that's perhaps an injustice. We need to stand together and maybe have a conversation, speak out against that. That is solidarity. That is absolutely solidarity. I don't have to be a person of this race or this religion to speak up against, hey, that's unjust. Don't say that about another faith, about another religion. I don't have to be a part of that. I don't have to be a member of that to speak out. That is the virtue of solidarity, of charity and friendship. It gives us the courage and spirit of generosity. So again, solidarity is a virtue, the firm and habitual inclination to do the good. Gee, I wonder which cardinal virtue solidarity is really in line with. See if you can't figure that one out. Okay, moving on, Falcons. Thanks much.